Things I wish I knew before I started nursing school. I wish I hadn't bought all the books on the book list that they gave me at the beginning of nursing school. They are so expensive. I ended up, not using all of them and selling them off when I finished nursing school. I would say that it's better to just wait, find out which ones are really good to have and that you're going to use for a lot of subjects, and just buy them. Then the books that you might need or you're not going to need as much, just maybe get a group of friends, you buy the book together and you can share it, rent it at the library, or ask someone if you could borrow their book. Don't buy all the books. You're gonna go broke. I wish someone would have really stressed to me that clinical placement is my time to be there to learn. I'm paying money to go to nursing school, and the clinical placement is all part of that. Sometimes I know it feels like the other nurses may use us like free labor, and you're only going there to tick off your hours. Get those hours and then you're done. But I wish someone told me that, you're here to learn, ask a million questions, write everything down, pretend you are the RN. What would you do in all these situations? Because soon enough, it's gonna be you. Just get that mindset on clinical placement, that take it seriously and pretend that you're at work, and just take it that way and don't feel like they're using you, because you're actually paying for that experience. I wish someone would have told me to do more self-care and take more time for myself, because in my first year, all I did was study all the time, nothing else. I would, study so hard and get so burnt out by the end. But at second year, I started to learn that it is important to do some of the things that I like doing. For me, it was working out, shopping, going to the movies, hanging out with friends. You don't have to give all these things up just because you go to nursing school. In fact, you have to keep doing them to keep yourself sane, because if you don't, you're gonna burn out. And this also applies to when you finish nursing school and you become an RN. It's gonna be a lot of new things to learn, but do remember, self-care first, otherwise you're not going to be able to care for anyone else. So in hindsight, I wish I had learned what my learning style is earlier on than what I did. So I do know now that I'm a visual and practical learner. I want to get in there, get my hands on it and actually do the tasks, or I need to see them, write them down and visually see them. So in hindsight, I wish I would have done more study groups and incorporated more of those learning styles into my learning. Something that I did know, but I wish I did better, is to plan ahead. Start nursing school now, it's not high school. You need to really be responsible for your own learning. They give you all of the curriculum, you know what's coming, when tests are due and assignments and everything. It's up to you to start them early so that you don't end up crying because you've got so much work to do because you haven't planned ahead. You need to get a diary, write everything down, know when you're going to start your studying for this assignment and for that test. That way you're not going to get yourself overwhelmed. You're going to just stay on top of things. It's going to make life a lot easier going through nursing school. Keep an open mind when you go through nursing school. So when you start nursing school, you might have in mind that you're going to do maternity, you're going to do emergency, pediatrics or neonatal nursing, but I would advise you to go in with an open mind, because you're going to try out a lot of different things, and all of those things in nursing, they all tie into one. For example, I had people in my year who knew they wanted to be just a midwife and only wanted to work in maternity, and then when we had our first placement in a nursing home with geriatrics, they were shocked. They had to assist people with their ADLs and they had to look at naked people, so it shouldn't come as a surprise. Just because you want to work in maternity or with babies, it doesn't mean that nursing school is going to bring all those things as well. You're not going to get exempt just because you want to work in maternity or in emergency from anything else. You have to do it all, and then you might change your mind. I wish someone had told me about the benefits of studying groups. I did a little bit of that in my first year, but as my nursing school went on second and third year, I did more and more of studying in groups, and I just found that it excelled my learning a lot. I wish someone had told me about the benefits of proofreading. In my first year of nursing, I really didn't get anyone to read my assignments or my essays before I handed them in. But in my second year, my boyfriend's dad asked me, hey, can I read your assignment? And I didn't want him to at first because I was, really embarrassed, but he's got a lot of degrees and he insisted. wanted. So I did let him read my assignment. You know, he would just make little changes. He's not a medical person, but he would make little changes. It would make my assignment so much better, and my marks went from here to here just by having him reading it. And then imagine if I had someone else reading it again after he'd done it. So I think that's super important, just to get someone else, doesn't matter if it's a nurse or a doctor, a medical person, doesn't matter, get them to read it, make changes, your assignments will be much better. A little tip from me to you before starting nursing school is, if you're gonna do part-time work, it is such a big advantage to do some work in the field. So what I mean by that is, if you're gonna do some work, it'd be good to do it in a nursing home, as a nurse aide, or even in the hospital, anything to get those basic care skills up to date. And then once you're out on clinicals, it won't be as scary. I did that. I worked in a nursing home in a dementia specific unit. The benefits of me doing that were tremendous for when I went out on clinical placement. Just to let you know, I have done another video on 10 things I wish I knew before I started nursing, so do go and check that one out. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next video, and remember, listen with your heart.